What advice would you give to younger guys that are considering getting married early or considering having a child early? What is the recommended age? And I know it's based off of maturity, but if we just had to shoot an age out there, what do you think is an age where guys should probably start to evaluate whether or not they actually want to be in a relationship long term and if they want to have a child with the woman?
I think it's some of the same things you talk about. You know, until you are financially responsible, until you are mature enough, until you meet who you deem to be that one person that you know that no matter what happens, you're always going to be together. I don't think you should be entertaining that at all. And I don't think you should be having sex with anyone. I don't think you should be out here playing the field or doing any of that, because this is the way lives are ruined.
Yeah.
Period.
You said that something that you said in this interview that resonated with me. You said that if you had to do it again, you wish you would have been a virgin.
Yeah.
With meeting your now wife. What does that mean? Like, because a lot of people won't be able to really put that together, because I think that we live in a culture where everything is at your fingertips. I mean, you can go and pick up your phone and find anything you want to find at this point. You said that you wish you would have, if you would have done it again, you would have been a virgin.
I would have waited, because she deserves to have been the only person that knows me in any way.
Do you think that y'all met each other at the perfect time? Because see, you've amassed a ton of wisdom from your lived experiences to where you truly can appreciate her, I'm assuming. And
you don't get it.
Like let's say hypothetically you guys had met in 95, right? And that it wasn't in a previous relationship. Do you think that you would have seen her the same way that you seen her when you met her at that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Mm-hmm. See, I had to come up to her level. Now, some may say that's simping, and I don't agree. I don't agree with that, because she's everything that I wanted. And in order to have her, I couldn't be down here anymore. I should never have been down there. You know what she taught me? That I'm worth something. I'm worth more than the people that I chose to spend my time with.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Do you think you would have been mentally in a space to where you could have accepted that, though?
Yeah.
Really?
Because wanting to be with her would have been the same way it was when I met her. What do I have to do, and how do I need to change me?
Yeah.
I truly believe it was divine.
Yeah.
God knew where I was headed. God knew where I'd been. And he knew. I think it was his timing. But if his timing would have been in 95, it would have been exactly the same thing.
A lot of guys at this point, because of their lived experiences, maybe it was a divorce that they went through, or battling back and forth when it comes to custody and family court laws and things like that. A lot of guys have pretty much sworn off ever getting themselves into that type of situation again. But you've defied the odds and, kind of sort of made a way where I'm assuming that maybe you were maybe feeling some of the same feelings prior to meeting your now wife. Did you ever see yourself getting remarried prior to meeting her? Like, did you ever think in your mind, you know what, I probably will get married again?
No, but it wasn't because of the first marriage. It was just because I didn't see what the value was for a man.
Yeah.
I wasn't jaded because of marriage from that situation.
Yeah.
I was jaded about people.
I might have been with the amount of money that you were paying. I might have been. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But that has nothing to do with. I was in a situation I shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
So, if the penance for my peace was paying some extra money, we're entrepreneurs. We can make more money.
Absolutely, 100%.
We can make more money.
But it's not even about the amount of money. It's the lack of appreciation that comes along with what I've done for you.
Yeah, but
That's what I think that
most
most
people think that
guys.
they're entitled to it, though. The idea that you're there so you get X, Y, or Z.
Right.
There's a lot that happening right now, as we see. But at the time, I just wanted out. And I didn't want to fight.
I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong though, but I'm assuming because you guys were amicable for that time, it probably wasn't a problem for you to make sure that things were taken care of. But it's not, that's the part where I would get bitter at. And it's like, wait a minute, you trying to throw my name under the bus after I've done all, you see what I'm saying?
Well, because they're saying that I didn't.
Right.
That's the other part, that somehow you were destitute. Somehow, what I didn't tell you was for the first 3 years before we actually divorced, it was $25,000 a month.
That's $300,000 a year.
Then they brought it back to, 18. But the idea that you look in this book and she's like, oh, we had to get pizza by getting quarters out of the couch. Like, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I bought you a brand new house on wherever you wanted. You had cars, you had, maybe you didn't manage it very well because, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. But when a woman gets egg on her face,
yeah,
to me, I'd be like, well, he wasn't so great to me. You can have him.
Mm-hmm.
Like what, my mother loved my father to the day she died, but she went to her maiden name when they got divorced. My father got remarried. He's been married for 40 years.
Yeah.
This is a cycle that continues to happen. And I can't speak for everybody else's situation. The saddest part of this is that the younger one ended up dying.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. How do you feel about that? Because a lot of people make a big deal about, if we just being transparent about, posts
right.
that you may make on the anniversary of the passing.
Yeah. God's timing. That was the day that the judge told us what the amount was.
Oh, okay. So it didn't have anything to do with...
Had nothing to do with that. But I will say this. I believe it's God's timing because Anton, he did not have to die.
Why do you say that?
When we talked, and we did talk to him, we talked to his wife. We got to go back. So earlier that year, that May, he's on the Shade Room. He's saying things like, oh, now remember, they've lied on me, but they continue to double down and triple down on the rhetoric. If my dad needed this, I wouldn't do this for him. He's dead to me, blah, blah, blah. Now we come to find out that 3 days after that's when he got diagnosed. They waited because he didn't have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
They waited 4 months to let us know.
After they found out that he was actually...
They waited 4 months.
So he could have...
According to all statistics, 91% of colon cancer diagnoses that are caught early are curable.
Right.
From the time he got diagnosed to the time we found out, because they didn't tell us. I had to find out from somebody else.
Right.
Then I heard from them.
So were you the last?
We were the last to find out.
Wow.
So once we found out, we sprung into action. What can we do? Can we get the scans? Can we do this? Can we do that? Anton, by this time, it was stage 4.
That's crazy.
Stage 4. So you've lied on me.
Right.
You don't come to me. In my opinion, they martyred him so that they could keep this going.
That's deep. That's really deep.
That's what I truly believe.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard that voicemail. I will leave with you the messages that we sent. Leilani sent a message that said to his wife, you don't even have to tell him that it's us. We just want to help. whatever we can do. And then they're like, well, he would have had to stay at your house and they wouldn't have been able to see him. I'm like, we never made that a stipulation. The facility that we found that the only one that would allow him to come was closer to our house.
Right.
That's why we have an entire apartment downstairs with its own entrance. His wife wouldn't have to work. You can take care of him all day. Leilani wanted to take care of him. And his mother sent that message after we sent the message to him.
That's insane.
This is what happened. So and it gets worse. So she puts out the book in January. She's on an interview, I think in February, with Foxy 104.5, whatever, in Raleigh. They ask him how he's doing. She says he's healed. He's healing and he's doing fine. He's doing great. Now, I realize they blocked us all on social media. We don't know what's going on with them. The next thing we know, he's passed.
Wow.
That message that I played for everybody was 20 months before he passed away. That was not near the end. It was still when something could be done at the very least to make him more comfortable. But you see, they ran out there immediately and said, he never spoke to him. He didn't come to him. Here's all these messages on Twitter. I deactivated my Twitter 4 years ago, something like that. I don't know. They didn't tag me. Nobody could call. Everybody's got my number. So they could say, he didn't even, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Last I heard, you said he was doing great. These are the things that you're in this every day. You are, I call most of these people content reactors. You're an actual content creator.
I try to be.
Is no one interested in the truth? Is no one actually, we sit back and we look at this and we have to laugh at it. It's crazy.